Hey, welcome back to another episode of Friday Foods and Facts with your favorite guy, me. So, today I'm not going to be here long. I do know that it's holiday weekend. We're rolling into Easter. Today is Good Friday, so I want to wish happy Good Friday to everyone. Happy belated Passover to those yesterday. So, if you're here joining me now, thank you for taking time out of your schedule just to spend a little moment with me here. Um, so I'll get right to it. We'll be quick about it here. What I wanted to talk to you about was kind of what's been going on with the market and numbers, as far as this week, and just some things that we see maybe happening here in the future. So, this week with the market, we did see a little bit better interest rates, a little bit better. If you're a first time home buyer, there's actually some cool things going on right now that are creating opportunities to where you can actually get interest rates, below 6%. If you want to find out how that's done, give me a call. My contact information is below. You can check that out. Give me a call and we'll talk about it, how it works out for you to get a better interest rate and make your payment less and make it so that you can qualify for some more property. So it's kind of cool how it works out. Definitely want to uh, speak with you about that. So give me a call. Another thing, jobs report numbers came out today, and they are what we expected them to be. Something that's been happening over the course of the week has been BLS has been retracting some of the numbers that they put out before because they were including, seasonal numbers. And so that information has been factored in now, and the jobs aren't what they said they were, over the course of past couple months even. So it's been off by a decent amount, a couple 100,000 jobs. And so that definitely makes a difference. So, that's why we've been seeing a little bit of a reprieve in rates. We've been benefiting from that as well. But I read this article earlier this week, and it was just from one of the longest standing banks in the world, and talking about how corporate greed is pushing us into a recession. The amount of profits that companies have been making, uh, even with this inflation, has been more than historically reported. Um, period. So, companies are making more profit off of this inflation, but this greed is going to send, you know, nations into recession. And it's not just here in America. It's worldwide. Like, it's happening all across the world right now. And so, uh, be prepared to see some changes here in the future, as far as like, interest rates coming down due to, the recession, and there's going to be loss of jobs, unfortunately, and there's already been loss of jobs, but it's going to come, at an even more higher clip. So, just bear that in mind, that things will, as far as mortgage interest rates are concerned, things will improve. Um, there will be some hardships that come from it, but hopefully, you have taken the proper steps to be able to put in a position to benefit from the decrease in rates and such. So, just see what you can do right now to set yourself up for success, so that you can put yourself in a position to, uh, to obtain property and then ride the wave, and take a little bit of benefit down the road as well when rates drop. Something else I wanted to talk about was parent child property relationship. So, uh, it's not uncommon for a parent to want to help their child, and it's not uncommon for a parent to help their child with housing. Um, sometimes you see a situation maybe where the parent helped the child purchase a house cash, and so they purchased it cash. Maybe they want to do some repairs to the property. Maybe the child wasn't in a situation where they could obtain financing on their own. So, the parent is doing it for them. Be mindful that when you're doing that you are doing the loan properly. And when I say doing the loan property, if it's the parent and they're doing this for their child who's the resident in the property, be mindful of how the mortgage is being originated, because that technically is what's considered an investment property, which means the mortgage originated has to be originated as an investment. Can't be done as a second home, can't be done as a primary. Why, you might ask? Because it doesn't have second home or primary features. Second home features being you would use it to vacation, and it's a certain amount of mileage away, but you be using it to vacation and for its amenities that will make you want to vacation there. Primary means you're going to occupy it for at least 12 months, unless there's some type of extenuating circumstances that take place that change why you no longer need to stay in this property. So if you're not originating the loan correctly, you're putting yourself at risk, because it could be technically seen as mortgage fraud, and it may be that maybe you didn't know that what you were doing was wrong, or maybe it was unintentional. That's where a good loan officer comes in, and they need to ask the right questions to make sure that they're doing the right things for you as a client, to make sure that they're setting you up for future success and not hardship. So, just keep that in mind. Parents, if you're looking to do something for your children with consideration to housing, if they're not going on the mortgage with you and you're doing it for them, you're not going to occupy the property, it cannot be a primary residence or a second home. It must be considered an investment property. So, just keep that in mind. But take a look at options, see what all the options are. I know sometimes you may be able to do something like a manual underwrite on a file, which may open up some other opportunities if the automated underwriting system doesn't like the scenario initially. So just some things to think about, just to make sure that you can get it set the way that you want and, achieve the goal of home ownership, for that child, and being able to assist, but not being put in a situation to where it isn't set up correctly, So it's just a little protection feature that I want to talk about, because we are about to roll into a heavy purchase season. And, I do know that around this time is when parents buy things, especially, if they're like, if you're buying it for your kid who's going away to college, and with the cost of rent or room and board versus the cost of being able to own, it may make more sense to purchase a house for that child or children, to live in and maybe rent out another room or so, or even if you're not going to rent out another room, but it's for your children to live in while they are, at college. Make sure you're doing it right. And if you have questions, talk to your loan officer. So get with a professional loan officer like myself, and we will, take the information down and figure out what's going to be the most accurate and financially advantageous option for you. But other than that, like I said, I don't want to keep you. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Easter. I know the weather's going to be fairly nice here in Michigan, so I know we're going to enjoy it. For those of you across the country as well, enjoy that. I know everybody's weather varies, but in warmer climates, it's probably going to stay that way, right? So get outside, enjoy some sun rays, do a little barbecuing if you can, and enjoy yourselves. And I look forward to speaking with you next week. Thanks again for joining me for Friday Foods and Facts. It's been another good one, and I will see you next week. All right.